Alright guys, today we are breaking down the world's top 10 deadliest snakes. But as always, we don't want to fear them, we just want to respect them. Regardless, these are some unbelievably potent animals, so let's get into it. So coming in at number 10, we have the saw-scaled viper. This snake species is found in arid regions of Africa, the Middle East, and the Indian subcontinent, and it's known for its potent hemotoxic venom. So what that means is as it's lying there as an ambush predator in its sit-and-wait style, it will stay coiled, reach out and strike, and its bite will cause severe tissue damage to tissues and organs, leading to internal bleeding and other systemic effects. However, this is nothing because some of these vipers are much slower than some of the next 9. Moving up to number 9, we encounter the Fer-De-Lance, a snake I've had many an encounter with, and even one of the producers on Naked and Afraid got a bite and lost most of the tissue in his leg while out scouting. The Fer-De-Lance lives in Central and South America. It's also a pit viper that contains a mixture of enzymes and toxins that, when bitten, will interfere with blood clotting, leading to crazy hemorrhagic effects and even potential organ failure. So this is a snake that when you're bitten by, your flesh will literally rot off the bone, while at the same time some of your organs are beginning to shut down. In addition to that, they're incredibly abundant. They're one of the snakes that has the highest density in Central America. Specifically, all you guys heading down to Costa Rica for your fun ziplining tour, make sure you look where you're stepping. Securing our 8th spot on the list is the Philippine Cobra, an endemic snake species found in the Philippines, one that I haven't had a lot of experience with because I've never been to the Philippines, but this highly venomous snake is known, like most cobras, for its iconic hood and its potent neurotoxin. The venom affects the nervous system, leading to paralysis and respiratory failure if it's left untreated, meaning one bite, your nerves freak out, and your lungs basically cease to function. Taking the 7th spot, a personal favorite of mine, the banded krait, a highly venomous snake found in Southeast Asia. I have a hilarious story with the banded krait. We were filming with Andrew Eucles on Face the Beast, and we saw this huge king cobra swimming over the estuary, and we're like, Andrew, snake, 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 and we whip all the cameras over to film him, and he goes bolting into the bushes, and he never saw the king cobra, and he comes out with this magnificent banded krait that you guys are seeing in the pics right here. And it's the first banded krait I'd ever got to work with. This snake features these distinctive black and white bands along its body, which provide excellent camouflage in the dappled lighting of the mangrove. So while you would think it stands out, it really, really doesn't. However, you don't want to get bitten by one of these because the venom is a powerful neurotoxin that can cause paralysis and will give you respiratory failure. Again, your nerves will shut down, you will go paralyzed, and your lungs will cease to pump, which will of course kill you from asphyxiation. However, despite its venomous nature, the banded krait is generally very docile, and it will avoid confrontation unless you're Andrew Eucles grabbing it out of a swamp in Myanmar. Moving into number 6, one of the very first snakes I ever caught while shooting Extinctor Alive. Literally, I think it was night 1 of the first ever episode, season 1, Extinctor Alive, the Formosan clouded leopard, when we found a Russell's viper, a venomous snake native to South Asia. Its venom is a potent mixture of hemotoxins and cytotoxins that, when bitten, will cause extensive tissue damage, bleeding, and once again organ failure. So when we found this guy, we were outside of this sort of village hut area, and here was this big beautiful Russell's viper right outside, likely eating rats and rodents brought in by the village, and I just had to catch it. At that point in time, I barely knew Mitch or JQ, and I made Mitch hold this Russell's viper, and I've never seen somebody go from cool, calm, and collected to soaked in sweat so quickly, because that was the first snake he had ever held in his life, and it's number 6 on our top 10 countdown. Climbing into the 5th spot on our countdown, we have the tiger snake, one of Australia's most venomous snake. You guys know the saying, everything in Australia wants to kill you. The tiger snake is no exception. These snakes, with their distinctive bands or stripes, resemble a tiger's pattern between their orange and black interwoven. I caught them on Extinctor Alive whatever the first one was called, which was our first thylacine expedition into Tasmania, and I saw it literally on the side of the trail and was like, I wonder if that's a tiger snake, and just grabbed it and started playing with it with the hook, and it was very aggressive. So I'm really glad I didn't get bitten, because their venom contains neurotoxins that will induce muscle paralysis and respiratory failure. But very, very cool snakes, very common in Tasmania. If you're ever cruising around and see a striped snake, don't pick it up. And securing the number 4th spot, this is going to throw some of you, I'm sure you're thinking it's number 1, but we have the black mamba. Known for its speed and aggression and potent neurotoxin, this snake is native to sub-Saharan Africa, Zimbabwe, where I'm from. It strikes fear with its lightning-fast and deadly attacks, so much so that I've even seen elephants flee from these things. Despite its name, though, the black mamba's coloration ranges from brown to gray to even a copperish color, and the name actually comes from its menacing black-lined mouth, which it will display when it's threatened. The thing that makes this snake so scary is it's incredibly fast, reaching speeds of up to 12 miles per hour. So if you're alone in the bush and one of these comes at you, you're in big trouble. Try and get up a tree would be my suggestion. At number 3, we have the coastal taipan. I'm sure you guys have all heard the story of when I was under the house in northern Australia in that Aboriginal community, and the coastal taipan went right over my neck. Literally gives me the willies even thinking about it, because if this highly venomous snake had bitten me, it would have been terrible, because it has this treacherous mix of potent neurotoxin and coagulants that keep your blood all lumping together. It's a terribly venomous snake. They are super aggressive, and the thing that I found so crazy when I caught this big old coastal taipan is the lightning speed at which it could move. I mean, it would lunge and flash and dart. It was actually showed aggression and not just defensive behavior. Really scary snake found in coastal Australia. I recommend you leave them alone. And of course, we're still in Australia, with the number 2 spot being the eastern brown snake, a highly venomous snake from Australia with a slender, elongated body. Honestly, very nondescript, doesn't look like much, unlike some of the other snakes, but this thing is a menace. From pale to dark brown, they deliver a venom that is packed with neurotoxins and procoagulants, which induce paralysis, internal bleeding, and organ failure. This is a cocktail of shit that you just don't want in your system. And at number 1, I think we all know this, we have the inland taipan, the world's most venomous snake, known as the fierce snake around Australia. It's found in central Australia, has a slender body, light brown to olive color, conceal this incredibly potent venom that, get ready, contains neurotoxins that cause rapid paralysis, organ failure. The venom is so lethal that they say a single drop can kill 100 people. However, the good news is the inland taipan is extremely reclusive. It avoids human contact whenever possible. But if you see one, just leave it alone. It's not a snake you want to mess with. Honestly, none of these on the top 10 are. So that wraps up our countdown of the top 10 deadliest snakes in the world. Remember, snakes are incredible creatures that play vital roles in their ecosystems. If you ever encounter them, always prioritize safety and respect their natural habitats. Stay tuned for more top 10 lists, and let us know if you guys liked it.